Oh shit.
By the gods, what infernal weather is this?
We'll freeze to death if we don't find a fire or shelter.
This could be a good chance to get some extra equipment. Blazing copper amulet, fire resistance. Fire resistance, water resistance, reflect damage as fire damage. Reflect any damage as fire damage. Legendary. Honestly, I don't see why I wouldn't try to buy this. Legendaries seem to be the few items that are actually somewhat rare. The epics are common items. Five hit points and water resistance. Yeah, they're vastly superior to the piece of crap we have. Target immune to burning. Melee attackers may catch fire, but it still will take fire damage. Can become warm, still takes fire damage, right? So without resistances, this isn't that good. Wildfire. Chance to set haste status for 2 turns. This on the other hand might be much better. Because we can, even if we can't take action, we can increase other people's ability to take action. I don't know if I have enough skills to actually get this to work. I might actually have the skill book somewhere. I can't look. But I'm willing to ditch at least one novice level ability to get that. But a close range fire attack, I almost never use that. Low level crap mostly. Unlock skill regeneration. Usually don't have the points to heal like that, and potions are actually better. Don't use as many action points, heals as well. Right. Get better prices if we switch items run with it. Probably should. I mean, we have money, but that doesn't mean I want to just throw away my current cash. Hey, who the hell has the bartering items? I think I have 2. One is good. I really want to dump a lot of heavyweight crap on this guy right now. I really have no use for it. No use for any of it. So, sort this thing out. We need pretty much a single slashing weapon. Why do I even have wooden logs? Although 2-handed crushing weapons, I suppose. Cannot be repaired. Uncommon, weaker weapon, basically. Uncommon, weaker weapon. this is all just crap. Weighs a ton too. I hate that I have to do this. Instead of opening the inventory screen. Do I have to do this? Maybe if I initiated dialogue with him. Do I care about it? I don't care about it enough.
Curse Hiberheim's horrid climb. If it weren't for my snuggly coat, I'd have been no more than an ice sculpture in no time.
Yeah. What did I want to buy? There were 3 things. Wildfire. And the arm. Right. Okay, 6,300. I need to make the main purchase with Roderick no matter what. Yeah, the price immediately just jumps up. Can I give these items to someone else here? No, it's like on a fundamental level it just doesn't work. This item switching between characters is the missing feature here. If there's some way to do it, I'm not seeing what it is. Not saying it's impossible. I really don't see it. Anyway, can't be helped. Roderick has enough probably to get this without too much fuss. We can try to get extra gold out of the others without bothering too much about how we're gonna get it. I think I'll just start throwing away the unique items too. Although those should be the last one to go. As long as I have alternatives, we'll stick with those. Pretty much all standard gear can go. I mean, it might be sort of solid, but I don't particularly care. Cloth armor could be useful. H leather brigandine. Dexterity requirement. Strong metal arm. Whatever. .34 armor class though is very poor. Thick sarong of the snake. Don't care. Resistance ring, not a particularly good one, but could be useful. Another one, pretty much the same thing, different resistances. More boots. Reflect melee damage as water damage. Water absorption shield, I don't particularly care. Although water absorption shield could technically be very useful. For the spells you rarely use on a water caster. Yeah, I'm never gonna use that. Do more of the inconceivable. It's unique, not worth anything, could potentially have a lot of use later on. Blank skill books. Farhang guides. The hardest, most dense mineral in all of Riverlock, and I have no idea what to do with it. Is that it? Plain golden bladel. Pretty, silly. Wooden wand. You need more crafting to get something out of it. That's about it. I guess we're gonna just pay the extra gold and then just try to get as much of it back as possible. Yeah, he has 5,000 of my monies. I didn't like that. We might have an excess of these arrows too. At the same time, if I actually would start using them, they would run out fairly quickly. Could also take the bear's daughter, the team. If nothing else, we could split the arrows a little bit. Give her the marksman skill books. Why do we even have these? Why do I have green fishing rods? Yeah, I'm dumping the fishing rods. I'm sure they're useful for something, but they weigh actually quite a bit, like a weapon. And I currently have no use for them. Blunt daggers... they do a decent amount of damage, more than our current weapon will. Yeah, they're definitely not selling those. This has a sneak bonus, we'll have to keep it. Fire resistance, earth resistance. Those items will only be useful if we go for one specific resistance in one fairly tough fight, I would say. I have a hard time seeing when that would realistically happen, but it's gonna be... they don't weigh much, and if that comes our way, I'd rather have a selection of extra pointless items than basically have no options left at that point. A lot of these seem to be skill focused. We have a pickpocketing pair of boots. We actually have quite a few of them. Yep. Resistance boots. Now the books have a decent amount of weight to them too. I think these are the things you should just send into your little homestead. I mean, they're worthless, but they might be good to keep a track on. Cooking pots, yeah, this sort of crap haven't been used in ages. I think that's pretty much the most of it. It's by no means perfect, we still have a lot of crap that I am unlikely to use, but it's a much better situation overall. What I would mostly like is Jahan's inventory to be cleansed up a bit. Well, Madora is probably carrying most of the heavyweight stuff though. Strong metal arm. If we get a magical version of this, that would be nice. Two-handed wooden log. The wooden log is nice in theory, but weighs quite a bit and it can be used only a handful of times before everything turns to shit. So we have a lot of low value heavyweight items here. Those are the ones we want to get rid of. Holy shit. We have standard bracers that do nothing. Boots are similarly worthless. We have a lot better ones in storage. I need to buy something anyway, otherwise I won't be able to trade all this. That should help a little bit.
Aye, as does the White Witch, I reckon. For I've spied neither hair nor hide of Ikara in this frozen waste. Then again, I don't expect us to find her out in the storm. Boreas, the king of this land, has sprawling dungeons aplenty. If Ikara is imprisoned here, she's bound to be held in one of his icy cells. Breaking into his prisons will probably prove to be as tricky as breaking out of them, though. Not to mention that immaculates swarm about this place like a school of herrings. Herrings with shark's teeth.
And with that we stand warned.
Forewarned is forearmed, Hunter. Now to hie me to Boreas' palace in search of Ikara. And a fireplace.
Okay. We wander around the fire. Warm only cancels the chill, nothing more. Right. Extra carry weight, extra carry weight, extra carry weight. Need of extra carry weight? Ah, right. What the hell is that? Bloodstone cage. Only way to safely transport Timmy here. Right, it's much better off. Fire resistance, water resistance, reflect damage. Reflect every damage as fire damage could be very dangerous too. Also, I'm not sure if this guy should have it. someone who's more in the thick of things. We should have a sash too. No, I didn't take that. Reflect 10% of melee damage as air damage. Yeah, this is the sort of crap that this guy has already. Right. You should have standard armor that is better than what you're currently wearing. Weapon is fine, I've been keeping an eye out on that, but everything else is sort of crap. Yeah, this has fire resistance, so I'll take that. Fire 49. Extra fire resistance points. Now we already have a decent one. Boots. A lucky charm that has much higher armor class. Also gloves. 26 armor versus 15. So we have 29% physical damage reduction now. Versus enemies of your own level. And half damage from fire. So even if we get caught in an explosion, we are not totally screwed. Here we should have better weapons. The blunt dagger. Right. I sort of like the possibility of doing shock damage or getting stunned effect on the target. It's very low-level chance though, so I'm not sure how useful it is in reality. Extra fire resistance sash. Could be useful for you. Our equipment is about to break. Not sure which item piece it's referring to. Lockpicking. Yeah, not particularly useful items. Dexterity, lockpicking. Or pickpocketing. Extra movement and perception. That's welcome. Better boots, definitely. They're sort of crap either way. Probably one of the weapons. I've been using them for a long time. Like, blunt dagger has 4 durability. Durability of 10 only. Yeah, that's probably a good reason not to use it. It can be used around 10 times, after that it'll just break. Maybe the extra chilled poison. No, I think I'll take the extra movement. We have a lot of extra movement thanks to our item selection now. Right, not sure if the others have any kind of upgrades we can do. Maybe some resistances. We seem to be going full in with intelligence on this one, which is fine. Yeah, we could definitely upgrade our equipment somewhat. Strength Lawmaster, Perception Lawmaster. How about Intelligence and Telekinesis? Or Movement and Telekinesis, that's actually quite nice. What? Ah, I can't wear the equipment piece anymore. They don't have strength requirements with gloves. Why can't I wear it? It's not much, but it's better than nothing. Right, this is all because initially we were very focused on getting the skills ups, which makes sense in my opinion. Because all the enemies were more or less defeated. Now it's not quite the case anymore. We can't get away with that. Where exactly do we need to go? King Boris. I think we need to more or less just rush into a direction. Hope to get a place where we can warm up. Frozen Forest, yeah, that's a good one.
It's so cold here.
Some of the Immaculates perished in the storm, it would seem.
So much for their goddess's promises.
I got the new goddamn skill, so learn it. What's fire? Ah. Where to from here? Suspicious crystals? Level 1 ice crystals. Are they hiding something?
Getting too cold to concentrate.
I wonder if this actually has a detrimental effect if you stay too long in the cold without having any way to warm up. Or is it just that you have a little bit of a vulnerability to being against cold attacks? And an ice crystal, something inside. How would you,
I'm freezing here.
yeah. Aroka.
Stand back, slime belly. Who are you to roam our land, disrupting the execution of justice? This prisoner has been tried, sentenced, and convicted in the Grand Courts of Hiberheim.
What crime did this prisoner commit?
Extremist scum! His disdain for the king's rule caused 2 gruesome deaths, called by the fiend the price of protest. Aroka determined the earth elementals within Hiberheim deserve the same rights as we of the ice. He demanded that prison sentences given to those of the green and crown ought to be equally linked to those given to ice elementals. Preposterous. Because the king would not acquiesce to the madman's insane demands, The fiend retaliated. He broke into the prison and set free 3 high-security inmates, Earth Elementals all, in protest. One of those prisoners went on to murder an innocent clod of ice. The other was savagely ripped to pebbles by a mob that learned of his whereabouts. Tell me, oh pompous bloodbag, does such a sower of death and discord deserve freedom?
Yeah, here's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think my goal here is to sort of try to get the balance going, and he seems to have experience with prison, so I'm siding with the Earth Elemental. Prison is hardly the place for a relentless pursuit of justice.
Prison is hardly the place for a relentless pursuit of justice.
Indeed, this King Boreas seems to have used the law to silence a campaign for equal rights in his land. The lout.
Fancy that! An eternal sentence overturned by an ape. We'll snap your arms like twigs before we'll see that slime set free.
Doesn't seem like they're all that vulnerable to Earth attacks. Vulnerability to fire, or water heals. Mixed bag with the rest. They just have a huge amount of hit points. Am I in the way? I don't think so. I think electricity has a decent chance of working. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. Knockdown failed. Has a decent chance of working though. Definitely worth trying again. We have water axe which heals them. Probably not the best choice in this one. Glad I sold most of the other weapons away. No, I think I sold mostly weapons that were normal.
The fervor of flame!
Yeah, the thing is, they have a huge amount of health. We need to be able to do something better.
I bind you in solemn battle oath.
It's pretty much mandatory fire damage if we want to get through their hit points in a timely manner. Everything else is gonna take a billion years to go through. Is this even gonna remove? No. 300 damage. So what exactly can we do? Well, this does a decent amount of fire damage. Where's my staff attack? Ooh, he's warm. That's good.
Clawing cuts! My true home is the space between breezes.
Frozen Throne. You. Well, the Impaler is starting to sound quite nice at this point. We're one level below where it's good to use, but we only need 3,300 before that becomes good, so... yeah. At least we're doing the proper type of damage now. Whoops, of course. Everyone's frozen.
Yield to my bones.
Want to risk
Safely
slipping again.
hovering!
Have 8 action points, can probably get his... probably get into his rear and do a backstab.
Face the unending darkness.
Yes, we're very likely to get the necessary level up we're desiring from killing the last one. So, if you could just die, that would be great.
Your grave opens to welcome you.
There we go.
Can it be? Trees, earth, ground. The smell of the wintry pines and soil. A whiff of fresh air after years of nothing but the glassy aroma of ice warming me in. I thank you kindly for freeing me, stranger. Tell me, are you a proponent of the Earth Equality movement?
I'm looking for the White Witch. Do you know where she might be?
I don't know the name, but if she's an important prisoner, she'll have been taken to Boreas prison. It wasn't that long ago that I myself determined to break into that tyrant's house of prejudice. It was no simple feat, but worth every careful maneuver.
I need to find a way into the prison.
And you expect me to help you, I suppose? Just because I risk life and limb for my people, doesn't mean I'll do the same for yours.
Charm. I cannot rest until I've found the White Witch. Surely you understand pursuing a cause with the full pool of your passion. We lost.
The likes of you and the likes of me have nothing more in common than the air we breathe. I wouldn't help you even if it meant another lifetime in this frozen cage.
Okay, tell me about yourself.
I am a liberator and an equalizer in this tyrannical prison plane. One of the few willing to stand, rock solid, against King Boreas' many miscarriages of justice. The tyrant, master warden of this prison dimension of Fairy, exerted his power over we Earth elementals with an iron fist. For an equal crime, an icy thief or assailant would receive half the sentence of a mossy one. I protested. When it became clear that my demands fell on deaf ears, I took the law into my own hands and freed 3 of my kind from Boreas' prison chambers. For my crimes, I was encased in ice. Silenced then, but silent no more.
Tell me about Hiberheim.
Hiberheim, the eternal tundra, prison for the unwanted of the realm of Fairy. Here alone among the elemental planes, however, does Earth find prejudice at the hands of ice. Here alone do the elements rumble in unrest.
It seems here alone among the elemental planes, so usually people are treated equal. We need to fix unbalances, so if we can do things about these, we'll try.
Now, more than ever in Hiberheim, does this elemental unrest roil. This blizzard is most irregular, even among this eternal winter. And I feel within myself a tearing, a breaking of the normal sense of the earth within me. Has Boreas slipped even further? Has his mind become somehow more corrupt?
What do you know about King Boreas?
Huh. That hoary pig proclaims to hold the scales of justice over all of Fairy. But he's rigged the damn thing in favor of his own kind. The other monarchs of the Fairy realm, true leaders, elementals all, are loath to interfere with their mad brother and his ice prison. They ship him their criminals, and he deals with them according to his own mercurial laws.
Okay, I need to get into the castle.
Of that, unfortunately, I know nothing. If you make it inside and face the arch-oppressor Boreas himself, do give him a solid stomp, courtesy of we of the Earth. I'll soon fly to my homeland, away from this frigid wasteland once and for all. Tell me, is there anything else you'd like to know before I go? Ask, then. Before I flee, I'll soon fly to my homeland. If that's so, then I must depart. I won't waste another moment languishing in an icy cage. Good luck, and farewell, friend.
More Fahrenheit. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is just do the level up. Need it. What the hell?
Cursed frost.
Yeah, Cursed Frost. Don't particularly notice anything interesting inside.
I invoke the fervor of
Well, well, comrade, you certainly threw your weight around against those yappy hail nuggets. Talking snow. Pfft. I've never heard of a more ridiculous magic trick.
Just because these elementals are strange to us doesn't make them any less real for you or I.
Well now, suppose you lot have caught me with my proverbial britches on the floor. I never was one to know what to make of strange kinds of folks. Until now, it served me well to assume they were all some kind of source trick and act accordingly. But the times are changing, aren't they, comrade? Old Medora's gotta expand her worldview to include every manner of ridiculous talking ice cream sundae and such like.
Whatever. Leather Brigand. I don't think it's worth it, but whatever. Need Lore Master 3. Top leather boots. I'll identify it later. Yeah, it's a bit slippery here. Might be worthwhile to check the boots. They might have something to... yeah, for fuck's sake. They might have something to counter this.
Get back out there!
Okay, Lore Master. Something that has a Lore Master. Has to be a... air resistance and hit points. It's actually quite good. Especially the hit points part. Earth resistance and pickpocketing. Versus better armor, air resistance, and 54 extra hit points. We pretty much gained a couple of hundred extra vitality by focusing on it specifically. So Scarlet's survivability should be quite a bit better now. Okay, the level ups. What did we get? We got a talent point, right? Yes. Skill point and talent. Skill point wise, I don't think we're really gonna choose anything. Master level Hydro spells? Or Master Aero Surge? Yeah, I think we're just gonna choose the talent points. Unless someone wants to take something immediately. Yeah, we need 7 points to Scoundrel 4, which we have, but we don't have Scoundrel ability, so it's a waste. Alternatively, we could take dual wielding 5, but that would mean we'll have to wait for a long time to get Scoundrel Master abilities. And current levels should allow access to that. In fact, I should have access to Mastery right now. I'd have to go back to the town. But it was I don't recall what it was. Okay, talents it is. Maybe more ability points? No, ability points would be skill points. Attribute points would be this. Immunity to fear. I sort of think that the big monsters all cause fear. They're very annoying to fight because of that. Just trying to see if there are other things that might be worthwhile. Revive at full health might not be a bad thing. You would basically build your character around that it can go down. Extra armor equal to man-at-arms ability plus 5. It's not that much. Walk off. Reduces the duration of statuses that have bodybuilding saving throw by 1 turn. And I don't know. They're all sort of fine. I want the immunity here because that's actually very annoying for a close range character. So now I have pure immunity to it. Cannot be affected. Vitality decreased by 50%. Heals when you stand in blood. Not really useful against non-humanoid opponents. 10% blocking chance with dual wielding. Requires dual wielding 4. Interesting. Scoundrel 1. Grenade throws never miss. So we can make her the grenade guy. Interesting. I'm sort of thinking immunity to fear for her too, because she's going right in the thick of things. I'm sure we can sort of get rid of this and do other things, but I really don't want to deal with it. On you, on the other hand, we don't need such things. Demon has an extra 15% fire resistance, but takes 15% penalty to water resistance. In addition to the maximum fire resistance is raised by 10. Incompatible with ice king. This doesn't seem particularly good. Basically, your resistance to fire is raised by 10, and it's a talent point. Seems like a waste. Right. I'm thinking of holding on at this point because the fire level 5 might mean another set of penalty. Nope. You can see everything beforehand. Ironhide. Arms Master, Man-at-Arms 5. Elemental Resistances. What do you get? I mean, Arrow the Urge 5 gives you Lightning Rod, immune to stun. Geomancer 5, immune to environmental effects. Willpower 5. Immunity to muted. So anything on Pyromancer. Pyromancer 4 seems to get the ability. %20 bonus against being frozen, stunned, petrified or not. Attack damage while sneaking by 50% increase. Avoid opportunist. Pathetic. Here I'm sort of inclined to maybe go with attribute points. I mean, it's sort of not that important. However, there are no good things I would really like. Know-it-all, for example, gives you negatives in exchange for 1 intelligence point, so bigger and better seems like you get the extra attribute points without any negatives. At the same time, I'm sort of leaning toward extra skill points. Ah, I only took that. Extra attribute point thing. Right. Extra skills because I might have to take leadership. Boost initiative and damage. Boost initiative, damage and chance to hit. This seems actually very good. Do I see the effect? No. Okay, I don't necessarily want intelligence, but action points. Turn action points 8 would be nice. Or starting action points, that's perception. I'm inclined to think turn action points are more valuable. And I don't really see the benefit of dumping everything into intelligence. Yeah, the cooldowns are lower, but they're already pretty low. Chance to get status effects to work is good though. I'll leave the attribute point unused for now. What I want to test is how does leadership actually affect things? Initiative, damage, chance to hit. Chance to hit is... Where's my initiative? No idea. But we can see our damage, we can see our offense rating. It affects everything else but you. Okay, 141 to 229. Plus 5% bonus. So I don't think it provides extra bonus, it just provides extra 5% bonus to new stuff, so... Right, it's fine, but I'm not sure if I want to spend points on it. Do we still have someone left? You. Anything that helps with casting. Maybe more skill points. Immunity to stun or master level water spells. Take master water. Ice King. Water resist basically raised by 10. I'm thinking maybe taking backpacking along this guy. I mean, it's not strictly speaking necessary, but he's the crafting guy. It would basically be a quality of life improvement for the Let's Play and myself, and I wouldn't have to give a shit about the carry weight. Right, it's sort of a waste, but in the end I don't really think so. Yeah, went from 130 more or less to 250. Right. Leave things here. We got rid of the negative. Yeah. We don't have an action point negative anymore on the Impaler. Pretty much almost 200 piercing damage plus fire damage on top of it. Speed, willpower bonuses, 10% chance to set burning status for 3 turns, so it's a perfect weapon for our current situation.